Aloha gang, Dr.Russ Rosen here. Welcome to the OHC Facebook community. And today we're going to be talking about flow and growth. In essence, how do we stay off of the roller coaster, and have sustained, let's say, 45-degree angle growth? Now I'm going to go ahead and check and see if it's actually going live, because my last 4 times it hasn't. But fingers crossed today it's going to do it. Oh, and it is. What a great thing. Okay, so if you are live, if you would go ahead and put, well, obviously I'll see who you are, put where you're from. That would be fantastic. If you have any questions along the way, let me know. At the end, I will go ahead and answer any and all questions. And obviously, if you are watching this after on the replay, then just go ahead and post any questions and I will help you out. Okay, take a sip of this. Give me 1 sec. Okay. So we're here 3 Tuesdays a month, 1:30 Pacific time or California time. This is the last one for this month. We'll have a week off. I get to go back home to Maui, be there for a month. Woohoo! So next time I'm on, which will be February 2nd or 3rd, I think the 3rd, I'll be there, which will be fun. If you know other folks who you think can benefit from this, please let them know about this free community. If you want to dive deeper into any of these details, just put club below. I'll send you a free link to the club for a month where we go into way more detail. The way this works is I give the basic content in this, and then in the club we go into way more detail in what we call the best of series, where we dive extremely deep into one specific piece of the puzzle. And then in the learning center, where if you're coaching with me, we have it all, i.e. say in a consultation there are 6 things you must do. We'll talk about all 6 here. We won't go into all the detail. In the club, we'll take the one that I know you've never heard of before, which will really help if you just start doing it. And then in the learning center, or if you're coaching with me, we go through all of it. Okay, so what I know to be true is I know that we all want to grow our practice. We want to do it with as much ease as possible, with as much fun as possible, to make as much money as we can, to serve as many people as possible, to get the best results that we possibly can, and to go home feeling great, to not be wiped out by the end of the day. And so many of us get frustrated because no matter how hard we try, we live our lives on the roller coaster. We bust our butt and it starts to do better and we have a big growth, and then we crash. And then we bust our butt and we grow and we crash, and we just never ever get there. And I promise you that doesn't have to happen. I have more people right now that I'm doing one-on-one coaching with that are waitlisted, meaning more demand than supply. It's a month or 2 or 3 or more out before a new patient can come in. Every day there are people calling in that want to get in, right? So like, I know you can do that. We just need to clean up pieces of the puzzle. So in this community, if you go to the guides section, you will see we started with certainty. In between the years, we went into communications, consult, exam, report of findings, daily interaction, re-exam, re-report. We then dove into how to run a business, how to build a dream team, every aspect from hiring and setting performance appraisals, bonuses, how to train the team, etc. Then we dove into marketing, and now we're doing flow and growth. And then in 2 weeks, when we come up again, we'll be starting right at the beginning with the importance of certainty, and then we'll start again with communications. So again, today what I want to do is talk to you about these very specific concepts which will allow you to have continued growth without banging your head against the glass ceiling and, of course, crashing back down. I have a tremendous, extremely detailed article on this subject called Practice Growth and the Weakest Link. The basic premise is really straightforward. Reorganize and make space and fill that space. reorganize and make space, fill that space. Ensure that there are no bottlenecks along the way, because as soon as you have a bottleneck, you're putting in all this energy, but the system, your present system, won't support the growth, so you must crash. It's just how it works. So if you're interested in this article, just put article below and I will send you this extremely detailed article. So as I said, many of us have experienced or lived our lives on the roller coaster of building and crashing, and it feels like there's just this invisible glass ceiling. Imagine there's a 10-foot ceiling, but at 9 feet it's glass and you can't see it, and you jump up and you try and touch the ceiling, but you crack your head, but you can't see it and you don't know why it's happening, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again. If we want to grow, we need to raise the glass ceiling, and then we need to raise the ceiling. You can grow as big as you want to grow, but your present system will not support your future growth. So if you're seeing 10 a day right now, 20 a day might be tough. 100 a day, guaranteed, not going to work. If you're seeing 100 a day, 200 a day may not work. If you're seeing 200 a day, 1,000 a day may not work, right? Like there are things we would need to add. There are things we would need to reorganize. We need to make space, and we need to then fill that space. So this article goes into great detail, and I talk about what I call growth potential units, also referred to as capacity blocks or bottlenecks. And these are like links on a chain, and you are only as strong as the weakest link on your chain. I have 8 of these, and I go into great detail about these in that article. Your staff and your teamwork, right? If you don't have great staff and teamwork, you're only as strong as that weakest link. Obviously, if you don't have staff, then it's you, right? And that would be, when are you doing business time, and when are you doing patient time, and when are you doing CA time or staff time, etc. There's your treatment time or care time, whatever it is that you call it, the amount of time you're with a patient. So often doctors will tell me they want to see, 100 people a week, and they spend an hour per visit per person. Really? I want to see 500 people a week, but I spend 15 minutes a person. It's not going to happen. So we've got to be really clear about these GPUs. There's staff and teamwork, treatment time, scheduling. How am I scheduling? Really important piece of the puzzle. My practice systems. We have 5: headspace and personal growth. How do I run a business and build a dream team? How do I communicate with my patients so they get what I do, want what I offer, stay, pay, and refer for a lifetime? How do we do health and wellness marketing to bring in the right kinds of people into our practice? And then flow and growth. There's space and equipment. If you don't have enough space or you don't have enough equipment, that could be a capacity block or a bottleneck. There's marketing, there's pricing, and of course there's self. If I myself am not at the level that I need to be to grow the practice, I can be, what is going on there? I can be the reason why the practice isn't growing. So there's a lot to it when it comes to self. So in this 6-page article, I go into extreme detail in all of these pieces of the puzzle, and it'll show you not only where these limitations are, but what you need to do to break through them. I also have another article called System to Sustain Practice Growth, and it will show you, once you straighten this out, how to get that momentum going and keep that momentum going. These 2 articles can absolutely change your world. They're absolutely free to you. Put article below and I will send those to you if you like. So what I want to do right now is just take a look at the 30 questions that I have on this 240 question questionnaire. So I have 5 systems and I have 240 questions that people answer, so we can clarify where you're at in the process and where we need to focus next. In system 5, which is flow and growth, we've got these very specific questions that I'm going to go over right now. Oh, where did you go? There you are. Okay. So here are some of the questions you need to look at that could be causing bottlenecks for you. I'm happy with the number of people I can see per hour. Again, if you want to see 20 people an hour, but you need 10 minutes a person, that's not going to work. So you need to be clear about what kind of results do I want to get? What are the techniques that I use? How long do they take? And those need to match. I have enough space and there's a good flow through my office. I have enough equipment in each room. So often we'll have, I have my Leander table, or I have my Cox flexion distraction table in this room, but I have 3 rooms. So now I'm in this room, but this person needs that table. So now I got to go get this person out, go get this, right? It doesn't work. So I've got to make sure that I have enough equipment in each room. My appointment book is mocked up in advance. These are the days and times I work. These are the days and times I have new patients and reported findings and regular patient visits and re-eval re-reports. I promise you, I've done this with so many offices which will say, I'm stuck at 50 a day. I can't get past 50 a day. And then we look at I have them book it out like I just said, because they don't do that. And there's like 100 spaces available. But I'm 20 minutes with a new patient. I'm 5 minutes with a regular patient visit. So I have a patient visit here and one there and one there and one there. I have 4 this hour where I could have had 20, right? But there's no room for a new patient. There's no room for a report of findings. Please go ahead and schedule those out in advance. Learn how to cluster book and stay in the zone. Get in the zone, stay in the zone. Make sure you've got plenty of space for your special appointments. Visit 1, visit 2, re-eval, re-report. It's very convenient for patients to come and see you. Again, you need to be there the hours that people can come and see you, and that can be different in different areas, swing shifts, etc. I utilize my staff to their optimum. There's so many things staff can do for you. They can do pre-consultations. They can do shockwave if you're doing that kind of stuff. They can help out with the report of findings. There's all kinds of wonderful things staff can do. I am uninterrupted by staff, phone calls, etc. during my patient hours, so I can easily stay in the flow. In essence, I need to get in the zone and I need to stay in the zone. I'm completely organized and I never feel rushed. If you feel rushed, you're going to repel people through the Coconut Wireless or the Cosmic AT&T. Plenty of room during my peak demand times. A lot of us don't have that. I have on time and off time for myself and my staff. On time is when I'm with patients, and off time is when we're not. I don't want one of your staff members at the front desk trying to, balance a checkbook when people are coming in and right? It doesn't work. I'm happy with my office hours. Really important thing. My technique is congruent with my patient volume goals. Again, if you need to spend 20 minutes per person, don't expect to do 100 people a day. It's not going to happen. If you do reports, make sure that you've got some kind of checkoff report thing or software that you don't have to rewrite the entire report. Make sure you have reminder systems. Make sure that your desk is clean and tidy and that you effectively delegate and manage your staff. We just went through that entire 5 weeks of that. We are fully trained. We understand and comply with all the nuances of our insurance companies that we work with. If you do insurance, most of the people I work with are 100% cash, or they want to be 100% cash, and I help them get there. You've got personal training videos for everything. So if somebody leaves, you're not held hostage, right? You have a video, you have a manual, and you can train somebody else. Each one of your people on your team are in the zone. If they're stressed, if they're super stressed, you can't grow, right? You cannot sustain stress and be in growth at the same time. Everybody on the team needs to be very clear. What stage are you in? Are you in the reorganizational phase, making more space? Are you in the growth phase? Are some people in it, some people, right? You got to be really clear about that. And I always run on time. Like, you got to be clear about what on time means to you. For some people, it means every once in a while I'm 5 minutes late. I got a buddy in Maui, and he likes to run 45 minutes late. Good friend of mine. I can't stand it when I go and see him. He's minimum 45 minutes late. He's oftentimes 45 minutes late when I'm the first guy in. How does that work? Right? So those are some of the things that you would want to look at. If you're very interested in diving into this in detail, we will spend an entire hour on that in the club on Thursday at 11 o'clock California time. If you can make it, we'll discuss it. It's not like this, where I'm just talking at you. It's in Zoom and we have a conversation. And I will customize it for you. I'll answer any and all questions there and help you customize and figure out what you need to do. So I'm going to jump back over to here and check. Roxanne Schmidt, aloha, good to see you, Doc. Joe and I were talking about you yesterday. Hope all is well. Hope to see you in the club. And you're the only one there. Okay, so if you found value, please let others know. If you would like those articles, in fact, I'll give you the 2 articles and the entire 240 question questionnaire, which doesn't just have the 5th system, but it has all 5 systems in it and a bunch more. And I'll send that to you. If you would like to dive into more detail, just put article below and I'll send that to you. If you'd like to jump into the club, I'll give you a month for free. By the way, that entire process that we go through from Headspace all the way through to Flow and Growth, that is a 3-month process. No, that's a 6-month process. I've got 3 versions of that already pre-recorded. During that month, you could go in and go through absolutely everything. We have things like that in there, and this in there, and that in there, and this in there. We got a ton of really great stuff. So if you'd like to grow your practice, if you'd like to help people get healthy and stay healthy versus just getting them out of pain, if you'd finally like to get fully waitlisted where there's more demand than supply, you let me know. You just say, hey, I would like to meet with you. I'll set up a time and we can see where you're at, where you want to get to, and how I might be able to help you get there. I hope you found value. As always, much love and aloha. Bye, gang.